Alright everybody, what is up? It's Flix, welcome back. In today's video guys, we're going to be talking about Season 9 and everything we know about it so far regarding nerfs and buffs. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys do drop a like, let me know you guys are enjoying the content that I produce. And also make sure you guys do subscribe and turn on post notifications to stay up to date with all the latest Apex news and all that good stuff. So with Season 9 dropping on May the 4th, we're taking a look at all the planned buffs and nerfs the Apex Legends developers have said they are working on. All these are subject to change, so these are not 100% confirmed. They could change any present time. But for now, this is what we know. So, it's time already. Time to look ahead to the next season of Apex Legends and round up all the Legend buffs and nerfs that Respawn have confirmed so far. Some big changes dropped in the Chaos Fury Collection event that dropped on the 9th of March, I believe, but more are planned as the balance team is working constantly on new changes and sometimes complete reworks to help keep the game fresh and healthy. They'll often update the community on social media and Reddit, usually by Twitter from what I've seen. So, Octane, his tactical is getting nerfed from what I've heard, and he's also getting a buff. Tactical nerf and buff, it says here, so I don't really know how that's going to work. This has to be a controversial one, but the developers have confirmed they are planning to nerf Octane's stem tactical, but will also give it a small buff to counter this. So it doesn't really make any sense, like, they're planning on nerfing an ability, but also buff it as well. Like, that doesn't really make sense. It would just be a nerf land. So that's kind of weird. But also, he is getting his jump pad nerfed, I believe. Apparently they're adding in audio cues for whenever people are in the air. I've never really had personally a problem with this, but I guess that's what's happening. Lifeline is her passive is getting nerfed, so if you guys are not aware, passive for Lifeline is probably one of the most frustrating things to play against whenever you're playing Apex Legends. Like if you are playing trios or duos and you have a Lifeline in the enemy team, it is probably the number one most frustrating thing, getting a down on the enemy and then realizing that Lifeline has whipped out a revive, plus there's a revive shield there, and you can't do anything about it. You either have to push that or throw some grenades and hope for the best. That's if they don't have a Watson at least. It just makes it a lot more stressful, but I think they should probably remove the shield, or maybe the shield can only take so much damage and then it gets destroyed. But her passive is getting nerfed, but then her ultimate is going to get a buff, so I'm expecting probably some legendary weapons in those crates, maybe like the Prowler or the Grapper. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Loba is getting her bracelet buffed. Apparently, from what I've heard, she is going to be able to chuck her bracelet apparently farther, and apparently when she lands, she's not going to put the bracelet back on, like the ammunition that people get annoyed when using that. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out. I'm not going to lie. Horizon, probably one of the most overpowered, annoying legends in the game. So everybody knows her gravity lift is just absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, I mean, if she throws down a gravity lift and you're jumping up that, her hitbox is so small and it flies her up that quick, you can pretty much nearly never hit her 9 times out of 10 unless you get very, very lucky or you have absolute godlike aim. So yeah, I'm really happy that she's getting a nerf because she is kind of one of the meta legends right now and it's just flipping frustrating to play against. Fuse. Fuse is actually getting a buff. I actually made a video about this the other day. If you guys want to go and check that out, would be greatly appreciated. So I'm not going to get too much into Fuse, but he is definitely getting a buff, and he has one of the lowest win rates within Apex Legends, and the developers have actually acknowledged this, which is really, really freaking cool. Crypto apparently is going to be getting a buff because, as I've said to my friends and everyone that I play Apex with, is Crypto is very, very versatile. He is a good legend, but the fact that you have to stay off you pretty much have to stay out of the gunfight while using your drone is really freaking frustrating. Like, if you want to play Crypto, you have to be as far back from the enemy as you possibly can to use your drone. And then by the time you get off your drone and your players are down, you have to run like 10 bloody miles to actually go and get a revive. It's so freaking frustrating. I definitely do think Crypto's drone should be doing it automatically, and maybe you have a button to choose whether you want to use EMP or not. It's just really annoying. But I do know Crypto is going to be getting to work, but we're not really fully aware of what that is yet. Revenant apparently is going to be getting a buff as well. The devs have been trying to work out the best way to improve Revenant's spot in the meta for a while now, but haven't confirmed anything yet. One potential idea was to change his hitbox, similar to how they adjusted Wraith and Pathfinder, but in a more positive way. So, apart from that, that's all the buffs and the nerfs we know so far. Let me know who you think should be getting a buff and who do you think should be getting a nerf in Season 9 with these legends that we are currently having at the minute. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.